Here's something most people don't realize about our housing market, and it can dramatically impact your next move. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, the conventional wisdom is changing. And what I'm about to share is based on institutional intelligence, not just headlines. This is Memphis housing market forecast for 2026, and the third point is something nobody talks about. I'm Garth, and I specialize in helping people just like you move in and out of Memphis every single week, reaching out to me on the platform. You can too at 253-737-8018. Let's start with the most critical factor, supply and demand. What we're seeing in Memphis for 2026 isn't a simple boom or bust, but a nuanced recalibration. Inventory levels, particularly in desirable areas like Arlington, Eads, Lakeland, Germantown, and Collierville, remain relatively tight. While new construction is certainly happening, especially in the Eastern Corridor and towards Eads, it's not outpacing demand for both local growth and strategic locators. What's interesting is the type of buyer dominating the market right now. My clients, many of whom are high-earning professionals or investors, are incredibly discerning. They're not just looking for a house, they're looking for an asset. This means properties that offer strong equity potential, good school districts, and a smooth flow experience are commanding premium prices. Especially those above $200,000, we're seeing fewer impulse buys and more data-driven decisions. The institutional intelligence approach is crucial because a home isn't just a shelter. It's a pillar for you and your financial legacy. For example, in Germantown and Collierville, the consistent value retention makes them highly attractive for those prioritizing long-term appreciation, even with slightly higher entry levels. Now let's tackle interest rates. This is where the golden handcuff effect comes into play, and it's something most agents won't openly discuss. Many homeowners in Memphis are currently sitting on incredibly low interest rates from a few years ago. The thought of trading a 3% mortgage for a 6 or 7% rate is a major deterrent to selling, even if they prefer to move. This locked-in effect is actually contributing to the tight inventory we just discussed. For buyers, this means patience is key, but also being ready to act decisively when the right property offering true wealth building potential hits the market. My role is to help clients understand when the math makes sense to make a move. I've worked with buyers who were hesitant, but by analyzing the long-term equity growth in areas like Bartlett or Cordova and factoring in potential tax benefits, we found the strategic path forward. It's about looking beyond the monthly payment to the total financial picture, ensuring you're not just buying a house, but securing a sovereign asset. Beyond the traditional buyer and seller, Memphis offers a robust landscape for investors. From first-time home buyers looking to build equity to institutional entities, my experience spans from helping foster youth buyers secure their first home to closing transactions as high as $21.7 million for institutional investors. For 2026, the investment tier, generally properties between $150,000 to $400,000, remains attractive due to strong rental demand and a relatively affordable entry points compared to the other major metros. However, it's crucial to avoid what I call a management nightmare. You need empirical data and net result marketing strategies, not just a gut feeling. We analyze everything from cap rates to tenant profiles to ensure your investment is a true asset, not a liability. Whether you're transitioning from renter to homeowner or expanding a multi-unit portfolio, the goal is always equity preservation and strategic negotiation. Finally, let's talk about the critical mistakes to avoid in Memphis housing market for 2026. The biggest one, making emotional decisions instead of data-led ones. The elite asset optimizer client I work with understands that spreadsheets trump vibes. Another common pitfall is underestimating the importance of a smooth flow operation. With my background overseeing thousands of brokerage files, I ensure every transaction is handled with rigorous attention to detail, protecting your time and financial legacy. Don't fall for discount services that compromise on strategic advice or high-tier marketing. A suboptimal sale doesn't just cost you money, it costs you wealth momentum, potentially setting you back years on your retirement or your legacy goals. My moral obligation philosophy means I am more reliable and disciplined than 99% of the competition, ensuring that you don't leave tens of thousands of dollars on the table. Again, if you are considering making your first move, buying your first home, making your first investment, or you have to relocate to the greater Memphis area, you can call or text me directly at 253-737-8018, and I'm going to make sure that you don't just become a homeowner, you become an elite asset optimizer, and we build a portfolio of wealth generation together.